Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, members of the media, and thank you to the brave men and women of our Dane County Sheriff's Office that you see standing to my left and right. As you see, we're going to talk about a very important amendment that's being put forth that's really going to put a barrier in regards to our abilities to keep and maintain the peace here in the community. But first, I want to thank each and every one of you, including the Town Board Association, for joining us, because your voice is just as important as this as we cover you in regards to our primary patrol jurisdictions. First, before I get started to talk about the specifics of the amendment, I want to talk about the extent of our Dane County Sheriff's Office. I know a lot of people hear the Dane County Sheriff's Office. Many people receive services from the Dane County Sheriff's Office, and many people see the Dane County Sheriff's Office. But I want to provide the facts in regards to exactly the extent of who we are and what we do. First off, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is nearly 600 brave men and women. 472 of those are deputies, and another 120 are professional staff. All work tirelessly 365 days a year, 7 days a week, with no days off, to keep and maintain the peace and serve you as community members. The Dane County Sheriff's Office covers over 1,200 square miles of land, 41 square miles of water, and there's over 30 towns, villages, cities, and unincorporated areas that we are responsible for. We have a jail population of over 773 as of this morning. We have 3 jail facilities, including the old, outdated, and borderline unconstitutional city-county building. We have our public safety building, and we have our Ferris Center. We have 3 precincts that are community-based precincts out in the community, spread throughout Dane County. One is on the West Precinct in the town of Middleton. The other is in Windsor, our Northeast Precinct, and the other Southeast Precinct is in Stoughton. We also have special services that serve each and every one of the unique communities here in Dane County, including Beltline Bob. So if you've ever been stranded on the Beltline, or there's been a crash and you saw the blinking arrow telling you to move over or to slow down, that is the Dane County Sheriff's Office. If you've ever reported a speeder in Dane County that was traveling fast or driving recklessly, it is our traffic response team who responded to that. If your boat has ever stopped working on a lake here in Dane County, it is our marine and trail enforcement deputies that are here to help tow you to land. If you've ever had a community event or came to our national night out event, that is our community deputies. If you've ever been anywhere in Dane County and needed assistance in regards to someone going through a mental health crisis, short or long term, guess what? That's the Dane County Sheriff's Office. We have also emergency preparedness in regards to preparing communities free of cost for an active shooter event in case that happens. We have dedicated deputies and a team that go around and provide those services to our Dane County community for free. So let's talk about this budget amendment, PP&J 1 through 3. Supervisors Wegleitner, Supervisors Chawla, and Supervisors Furman authored these amendments, putting a direct impact or directly negatively affecting our Dane County Sheriff's Office. In this amendment, they are asking, or they are trying to eliminate 28 deputy positions. 28. Last year, the Dane County Board took 2 of our positions. Also, we lost for next year's budget 3 very important professional staff positions already. But here we are again, positions being taken. The question we need to ask ourselves is, how is the Dane County Sheriff's Office going to do more with less? Our population has seen a significant increase and will continue to grow to get close to nearly 1 million people by 2050. 1 million. But yet we have county board supervisors trying to take positions from the Dane County Sheriff's Office. How does that work? Not only has crime evolved and changed and become more complex, requiring more time, but yet positions are being taken away. Many view this proposal as an unacceptable erosion of essential services provided by the Dane County Sheriff's Office. How is this going to impact different aspects of our Sheriff's Office? Number one, let's talk about the new jail facility. The Dane County community has voted or has paid for a $270 $207 million jail facility to replace the old, outdated, and borderline unconstitutional city-county building. Taking these 28 positions will not allow us to open that facility, a direct waste of the hard-earned money that our taxpayers have paid to provide a safe, humane, and rehabilitative facility for our jail residents, volunteers, staff, and deputies. Taking these positions away not only affects our ability to open that new jail, but the positions have been identified as needed to open that. There was a staffing study completed, which you all have copies of, that was done in September of 2023, identifying every single one of the positions we have, as well as additional positions that's needed to run a safe, humane, and rehabilitative jail facility. But let's also talk about the disparity in public safety here. The three authors of this amendment received their public safety services from city municipalities, from local police departments. Not one receives services for patrol from the Dane County Sheriff's Office. How is that fair? How is that fair that county board supervisors can take positions from the Dane County Sheriff's Office and they don't receive position or services from them? What about our rural areas, our town of Albion, our areas, our town of Dunn, our rural areas of Dane County that deserve services just like the city of Madison? But yet, here we are having county board supervisors taking positions from those that are in our rural areas of our community. I'm here to tell you that our rural communities here in Dane County are the bread butter of the Dane County Sheriff's Office, and I will continue to advocate. Better yet, we will continue to advocate and serve everyone in Dane County, not just the ones where I live. Let's talk about the budgetary context in regards to where the money is coming from, the Dane County Sheriff's Office, and where it's going to. Yes, we understand there's a department here, Health and Human Services, that's very important. And there's no one that's advocated more for frontline proactive services for our community than me as your sheriff and us as the Dane County Sheriff's Office. But yet the 2025 budget was $322 million compared to the Dane County Sheriff's Office $100 million budget. Our budget is 1/3 of the department to which they are taking these positions from and giving them to. Now, let me be very clear. There are decisions and tough decisions that have to be made, but this is not a this or a that solution. This is a this and a that. I encourage our county board members not just to take from one to give to another, but to find and provide for both. Because we can't have one without the other. We can't have health and human services and a lack of public safety, and we cannot have a lack of public safety but health and human services. That is the important, and that's what it takes to move us forward as a county that's growing, that's the fastest growing in the state of Wisconsin. How will this affect you as community members? Number one, it will compromise public safety. If you didn't know, the Dane County Sheriff's Office goes everywhere. These deputies work tirelessly, day in and day out, 24/7, 365, keeping and maintaining the peace. And they will not stop. They also serve our jail services as well. Those who have been in our jail facility would know the high quality of services that they're receiving. For those that are out in the community, this may affect our response times, especially in our rural areas. This may affect the way that we respond to the smaller municipalities here in Dane County. This is a significant threat to public safety, and the Dane County Sheriff's Office provides services across the board for everyone, not just those that are in the city or those that are just out in the rural parts of our community. This will also affect the community in regards to keeping open the outdated and borderline unconstitutional city-county building, as well as other critical services may be reduced. How does this affect the Sheriff's Office? The people you see standing before me will continue to serve you with character, competence, compassion, courage, and communication. But their time off will be significantly affected. This may reduce deputy coverage in our rural areas, delay deputy responses to times to emergency, especially in our rural areas. This may create excessive overtime for deputies, meaning they'll be overworked and burnt out. But also, they may be denied very important vacation time and comp time to be off with their families to recharge. Taking away their staffing directly affects them and the services that we provide. So I call to you, community members. How can you support the Dane County Sheriff's Office? Number one, your voice matters. If you're an individual, if you're an organization, if you're a business, if you're a school that has ever had a positive impact with our Dane County Sheriff's Office, you know the great work that we do. It is your voice that matters because the messenger matters. The board is used to hearing from me. They're used to hearing from me day in and day out because I go to all of the meetings. But they need to hear from you. They need to hear that you want the services, and we must keep those 28 positions and add to that to continue to allow us to provide the great services to our Dane County community. We have very important committee meetings coming up on Tuesday, October 21st at 5:30 p.m. The Public Protection and Judiciary Committee will be voting on this First Amendment. We need you to register to support the Dane County Sheriff's Office and not allow this amendment to move forward. We need you on Thursday at 7 p.m. at the full county board to voice your support for the Dane County Sheriff's Office and not allow this amendment to move forward. We need you to reach out to your county board supervisors and let them know that we need to keep every single one of these positions because public safety matters. And it doesn't just matter in certain pockets of Dane County, it matters to all of Dane County. Our deputies here have a few simple asks in their service to you, the great people of Dane County. Number one, they simply ask for fair compensation to provide for their families. Number two, they ask for solid benefits in case they get injured or their family members get sick. Number three, they ask for several weeks off a year to recharge and be with their families. And lastly, they ask for respect and support. And that is what we need right now, is respect and support for those 28 positions and the 3 that we lost from earlier portion of this budget. So again, I stand here before you humbled as the 53rd Sheriff of Dane County, but I will never continue to advocate for our rural communities, for our urban communities, and for every single one of the brave men and women who serve the Dane County Sheriff's Office on a day-to-day basis. I will take questions here at the end, but I first want to introduce a member of our Dane County Towns Association that'll come and talk about the importance of representation in the Sheriff's Office all throughout Dane County, especially in our rural areas. Please, welcome to the podium.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Sheriff. My name's Greg Heyer. I'm chair of the Town of Cross Plains, and I'm also on the executive board of the Dane County Towns Association that represents 32 towns. Also with me is Brian Willison, who's chair of the Town of Bristol. So you get a couple of both the east side and west side of Dane County, and he's also a retired member from the Sheriff's Department. I appreciate your support of the towns and your forceful objection to this amendment. It's obvious to me when I first heard of this, I think you were a little kind when you said this may reduce coverage or response times. In my opinion, it will reduce coverage and it will reduce response times. I've seen those coverage maps. It's unfathomable to me how you could continue to serve rural communities in Dane County with this kind of cut. We have regular meetings of our towns groups at least a couple times a year. We met with both the county executive and the sheriff as the budget was being developed. We understood the environment we were in, and we only had a couple of simple priorities. This was one of them, probably the most important one to us, both to the county executive and then now to the board, to don't cut the department and certainly support a need to continue to increase that. And this is just in the opposite direction of that. I think it has a tremendous impact on it, and it's not lost on me, Sheriff, the equity issue raised. I sort of understand the politics of it. I'm not that sophisticated in politics, but I understand the notion that the constituents of a lot of supervisors who could easily vote for this, they aren't represented by what would be the impact of this. They get their services from their villages, their city municipal services. It's us who are affected by us, and we certainly have sort of a minority representation in the context of the county board. So I hope the board seriously looks at this and forcefully rejects it and takes a broader view of what's required to serve everybody in Dane County. Anything else, Brian? Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I want to call the president of our Dane County Sheriff's Office Deputies Union Association, Deputy Brian Tischer.
Good afternoon. As the sheriff said, I'm the president of the Dane County Deputy Sheriff's Association, and in that role, I represent 378 sworn law enforcement officers in the sheriff's office. Those 378 members that I represent are the ones who are in the squads responding to calls. They are in the housing units in the jail. They are on the marine and trail enforcement. They are out there on the traffic team. They are the ones who are responding when the residents in Dane County need help on their worst day. If we get rid of 28 positions, the members that I represent are going to continue to do the job, but they will do so facing challenges that we have not seen since at least the last 28 years was when I started. And we faced challenges then to fill a facility that had just been built. We worked a lot of overtime, mandatory overtime, where there was no choice. You came in 4, 5, sometimes even 6 days out of your work week were 12-hour days. We will see that again if these 28 positions are lost. There is no way that we can staff and respond to everything in this county without those positions. The sheriff has said it. I believe him. And I've also seen how tirelessly him and his administration have been working to fill the positions that are not filled right now. He is doing whatever he can to help us have the tools that we need to do our job. There are 2 of us in this room that responded to the Paradigm shooting years ago, and I won't call out the other person. It was probably one of the most harrowing things that I've ever been involved in. I'm glad I've never had to do it again. I would do it again, though, and I know that every member that I represent would willingly go to calls like that and not think twice about it. The one thing that I think that the sheriff didn't mention of the things that we would ask for, it's not just good pay, good benefits, and time off. It's the support of our community to make sure that we have the tools that we need to keep everyone safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Now I'll take just a few questions, if you had them. Ladies first. Cameron, I got you.
Sheriff, I wanted to ask about those 28 roles. Are those roles that are already vacant, or are those roles that current deputies are in?
Yeah, those are current vacant positions, but we're in the process of hiring those with individuals that display character, competence, compassion, courage, and communication. We just need a little bit more time to do that. Thank you, Cameron. Yes, sir.
What is the response been from County Executive Agard about this? Because she mentioned that each department would have to have a 4%
Absolutely.
reduction and that there are going to have to be some difficult decisions made. So what has been her response to these proposed cuts of these positions?
Yeah, her response has been in complete support of us. There were 3 professional staff positions that were taken away that play a significant role in what we do and how we run the jail, but she did not take any of our sworn deputy positions away. We understand the 4% reduction that every department was asked. We're actually an office of the sheriff, but we did not put forth anything to take off. We only ask for what we need. We don't ask for any more. So when they ask us to take away from things that we haven't provided, it's really unfair. Also, we have to take in consideration the county executive's budget request states that you can't ask for more than what you can generate in revenue. The Dane County Sheriff's Office doesn't generate revenue off of its citizens nor its incarcerated population. There are sheriff's offices across the state of Wisconsin that charge extra for phone minutes. They charge extra for video time. They charge extra for services out in the community, and they use that to supplement their their budgets. We don't do that. So the ask is really unfair, and it's not a fair comparison because we cannot generate revenue. Nor do I think the community of Dane County wants us generating revenue through tickets and arrests to cover things that we need to keep them safe. So thank you for your question. Yes, sir.
What is the current scope of coverage that the Sheriff's Office provides to rural communities?
Yes.
And what do budget cuts like this, at what point do they make it kind of unfeasible to provide baseline coverage?
Absolutely. That is an excellent question. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is the largest full-service sheriff's office in the state of Wisconsin, meaning we have 472 deputies. There's no other sheriff's office that has that many sworn deputies in the state of Wisconsin. We do it all, whether it's on the lakes, whether it's in the jail, whether it's patrol services, whether it's our tactical response team, our Beltline Bob, whether it's our community deputies, mental health deputies. We do it all. And what that'll do is it'll force us to have to really reconsider where we're putting our resources, because we have to make sure that we comply with the state mandated responsibilities that have been tasked onto every sheriff's office here. So there are going to be some tough decisions that are made. That's why it's important for you and members of the rural community and members of the media to ensure that you continue to voice your opinion and dismay for taking 28 positions from us. Thank you. Yes, sir.
As unfilled positions, earlier this month, the county executive's office mentioned there would be a hiring freeze. Wouldn't these have been affected by that anyway?
No, this does not affect public safety, and the county executive will be able to provide more information in regards to that. As again, she has shared her support for ensuring that we have the resources we need to keep her constituents safe. Yes.
With these cuts, is it comparable to previous years?
Well, could you, in regards to cuts?
In regards to cuts, yes.
Yeah, so since I've been the sheriff, in which I can speak to over the past 4.5 years, we have not, the only time we had cuts was last year, where they took 2 positions from us last year to fund, again, health and human service, or fund other positions here in Dane County. So it's a reoccurring trend that they're taking from us to serve and provide for others. Prior to that, there were no other positions taken. Matter of fact, we were provided with several important positions, including a human trafficking detective. Thank you. Yes.
Maybe I missed it earlier, but I spoke to Supervisor Chavla today before this, and he said that both the county executive's office and the sheriff's office did not put forth any proposal for a 4% reduction. Is that true, and can you tell me why?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I answered that question earlier in regards to, we only ask for what we need to keep people safe. There's no other place to take 4% from. I assure you, we understand and empathize with the $31 million budget deficit, but if there was a place we could take it from that wouldn't compromise public safety to you as Dane County residents, we would have took it from that. So I can assure you, we have not asked for anything more than what we need to keep people safe. Thank you for your question.
Another question. How exactly would this affect the jail's process of opening? Do you have full control to stop it from opening once construction?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this will hinder, if not delay or not allow us to open the jail. We can't staff a building. We can't open a building we can't staff. But also, too, we got to take into consideration that the building opens in 2027. That doesn't mean we need these positions the day it opens. We need these positions at least a year before to start training and preparing them for the opening of this building. 2027 is not that far away, and that building needs to open because the Dane County taxpayers have paid for it, and the jail residents deserve a safe, humane, and rehabilitative facility that we have fought so hard to get. So.
How many of these 28 positions would go towards the county jail staff?
All of them. Everybody in our Dane County Sheriff's Office starts in our jail, and then they work their way out to different positions that are out there, including patrol positions and specialty positions.
So these positions were specifically put out there to begin with because of the new jail opening, so that's why you needed 28 positions to staff that adequately?
No, they weren't put out there. These are positions that we've already had. They're taking what we've already had from us, and that's why we're trying to keep up with the retirements. As Brian mentioned earlier, the public safety building was opened about 30 years ago, and they hired close to 100 deputies to staff it, if not more. We're now 30 years out, they're retiring, and we can't keep up with the retirements. So we look at and make sure that, recruitment is retention and retention is recruitment. We don't just need to bring good people in, but we got to be able to keep them. And by keeping these positions, positions equal people. And people are what make Dane County safe, and we have to have them. Also, too, this is not about just taking a body and putting them in that position. I assure you, our team works very hard in going through and making sure everyone that comes to our sheriff's office that we hire represents not only our sheriff's office, our profession, and our county across the board. Proper staffing isn't just taking a person and putting them in a position, because we all saw what happened when you put the wrong position or person in the wrong place in a city like Minneapolis. And I assure you it'll cost a lot more than 4% if we put the wrong people in our Dane County Sheriff's Office. Proper staffing to me in our sheriff's office is having the right person at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, and that's what we've been doing, and that's what we'll continue to do. All right, thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.